maybe missed time to jump a little bit. It came down behind him, and boom, touchdown. And the first time it had the football marched right down the field very smartly, mixed up the running pace, the passing plays, down to a 4th and about 3 from about the 4-yard line, and Davey Sineski threw a little out pattern to Justin Spain, who caught the first of what we feel is probably going to be many varsity touchdowns for the Tigers, and gave Hean the 7-0 lead early. Hean got a couple of breaks, got a couple of turnovers, and got the ball down in East Lyme territory and couldn't score. By the way, I did check at halftime with the officials, and the ruling was on the punt play that the punter's knee touched down. Snap was low, and his knee touched down. That's why they call the ball dead at the 14-yard line.
Well, that makes sense. McIntyre set the kick, and it turns over, and it'll be fielded at the 10 by Ashley. Ashley over the 15 to the 20, turns the corner, and gets out over the 30 to about the 31-yard line, and a decent run back.
Clip on one of the blocks on the corner, but apparently it wasn't. And when Ashley's around the corner, he's got pretty good foot speed.
So, well, it looks like we're going to have a quick change of footballs here. The referee has called time on the field. Looks like we're all set to go. East Lyme will open up with Yakova again at quarterback with Clark, Ashley, and Mundell. Those are the only 3 we've seen. And he'll go to Ashley. And Ashley looks to sidestep the tackler and then falls forward for a pickup of about 4 up to the 35.
Ashley tried to cut it back in. He got creamed. The Tiger defense caught up with him pretty quickly on that. They gave him about a 4-yard gain up to the 35-yard line. Thought he might have stopped a little bit short of that, Chris, but nice job in there.
And they come back with a counter to Mundell, and Mundell tries to slice through, close to a faceback. That's no flag. Another pickup of about 3 yards up to the 38.
East Lyme cracking out a little bit of time here, but a big play coming up for Hean here defensively. The Tigers need to make a play here to stop this.
3rd down 3, opening minute of play here in the second half, 7-7 ball game. Power to the right, they come back to the left on the counter. Ashley spins off a tackler and puts his head down for the first down. Good piece of running there, tougher running than we saw from him in the first half.
Great individual effort, Chris, that's all it was. Probably the best individual effort he's had all night, and that's all it was, too, because his interference was stripped early. He was stopped and stood up. He spun off and kept going, which is what you want your good runner to do.
First down from the 43-yard line. And it goes to the tailback, Ashley, and he's met and taken down. In on the tackle for the Tigers, Udacek, number 32.
That time was the first time that East Lyme's just going to a straight eye without having the power people in there. Going to the eye with the receiver wide. It was a straight ahead play, and Hean stopped it very, very well. No deception involved there.
Second down 10. Clark is the fullback. Ashley and Mundell are the halfbacks, and they're showing a power to the left, and they'll come to the right with Mundell. Doesn't really wait for his blockers there. Tries to turn the corner, gets a yard, and flags come in from every direction.
Everybody sweep, and the Tigers stuffed it up very nicely. Brian Short, number 67, he put the people in there. We've got a Heat hold and a clip, both being called against East Lyme here. I think the Tigers are going to send them back on this to see how they work this.
Have a seat, McIntyre check in.
Fenway, after 3, Yankees 2, Boston 2.
Dave Phillip checks out.
Billy Riccio explaining the option to the Tigers. This is a little bit complicated because of the double penalty.
Once again, that winning number.
Different
3-4. Don't lose your chance. Bring your winning ticket to the plus side.
Monahan's out now. McIntyre in.
clipping penalty was called and accepted. The hold is 10, clip is 15. And they were both live ball fouls, so there's no loss of down involved. So it's now going to be second and about 25 because the Tigers accepted the clipping penalty, which is the longer penalty. That's what took all the time to explain.
Single setback, double wing. They go with the reverse. It comes back to Ashley from Lundell, and Ashley gets out over the 35. A lot of movement and a pickup of about 5 yards.
Number 54, Carl Olson. 54 is Dan Pelosi. We have him listed as Carl Olson here, but it's actually Dan Pelosi, number 54 from East Lyme, one of the guards, making the play on that.
It'll be 3rd and 18.
Third down, about 19. 8:40 to go, third quarter. They come back on the counter, and that's Mundell, and Mundell is taken down. On the tackle for the Tigers was Jay Henneberry.
Big play there by Jay Henneberry, because if he got to the outside, he maybe had a shot to get out the first down. Instead, East Lyme faced with a fourth down, and that penalty certainly stuffed some momentum for the Vikings, which allowed them to fall downfield reasonably well until they got the clipping penalty.
Tigers will send Muntz and Zaneski back. They'll be standing back at about their own 35. Ashley to do the kicking, and Hermanad with good pressure, good kick. Not great hang time. Zaneski on the fake reverse, has the wall set up beautifully. Turns the corner. There's flags down, and taken out of bounds at about the East Lyme 41-yard line, but that'll come back.
It's going to come back, and that was set up well, too. We have a blocking below the waist. It's tough to make a call on who made that block, so you don't want to say anything there, but the Tigers got nailed on something, and it's too bad, too, because they had that set up. Danny Zaneski, nice job with that fake handoff on the reverse. Set up the wall, got to it, and then ran it down for about 20 yards or so.
Well, you can scout that wall that the Tigers use. You can watch it on the films, you can watch it live, you can practice again, but yet it's hard to beat it.
You can't beat it.
You really can't beat it.
I'll tell you what, I think UConn was watching Hans Gabriel, because the Huskies last week playing against Richmond set one of those things up and got about a 65-yard punt return out of it, running almost exactly the same wall that Han uses.
Pitch to McIntyre, quick pitch, cuts outside, has some running room, and turns the corner out over the 35 to about the 38-yard line.
Chris, by the way, I asked a question in the first half, which I'm sure by now people either forgotten about, given up on, or ready to shoot me.
Or don't care.
But you have to go back.
No, I care. I do.
You have to go back to 1978. I was talking to East Lyme coaches before the game, and they remembered Kenny Schweitzer, 1978.
Who's here tonight, by the way.
And the last time that he and East Lyme played, Kenny Schweitzer led the Tigers to a 51-17 victory.
McIntyre out over the 46. That's one of the higher scoring games in the Tiger history.
But if you stop and think back, Han and East Lyme started football right around the same time in the early 1970s. And it was always a great game between the two clubs. Always one or the other would come in with a real good record, and the two teams would always play each other very, very tough in the early 70s. Nice to see the rivalry come back.
Straight eye on 1st and 10. It's McIntyre. He gets sandwiched a bit inside Viking territory at about the 46, but a good piece of running, showed some good speed, and hit that hole pretty quickly.
Yes, he did.
Come up about 2 yards short. It'll be 2nd and 2, halfway through the third quarter. Still a tie game. As the Tigers have moved the ball pretty good throughout the game, East Lyme's moved it a bit, but yet it's only a 7-7 score. Pitch goes to McIntyre. Another big hole. McIntyre, 2 hands over the football and down to about the 37-yard line, and the Tiger first down. It looks like the Tigers are settled in to do a little running here, Al, in the third quarter.
Jay Henneberry, nice block on that play, but you're exactly right. He is getting off the ball very quickly, and just getting a whole bunch of people and bodies out there in the way and getting the job done.
And of course, this running will open something up, maybe deep, a little later on. Once Again, straight eye. Pitch to McIntyre. Hermanat out in front. McIntyre cuts back, gets down close to the 30, call it the 31, and it'll be another nice pickup, about 6 yards.
Offensive line doing a very, very good job on this drive. Just getting off the ball, getting out, and pushing East Lyme, sitting East Lyme back on its heels, Chris. Again, the Tigers not real big up front, but they are quick.
Second down 4. Pro set. And it's McIntyre. McIntyre over the right side, gets down inside the 30 to about the 28, and he will come up about a yard short, it looks like, but it's, again, Hal, they're giving him a pretty good mark. You may have to measure. It looked like he was taken down at about the 28. It's actually closer to the 27 now.
He's also coming up a little bit slow off a couple of those pileups. I don't know if he's got a little bit of a leg problem or what. Tigers a little bit short on that, but they've got a third down set up with maybe 3rd and 1.
A free play here, depending on what the Tigers want to do. They could decide to throw the ball here and then come back on 4th.
He's got a new fullback in the lineup, by the way, Pete Hilliard.
And we also have a new tailback carrying the ball.
That was Pete Hilliard, the fullback.
Okay. But we also had somebody else in there, Clausen, Chris Clausen, 34. So it was a totally new backfield. Clausen and Hilliard.
McIntyre was limping just a little bit. I thought Larry was getting old because he called Hilliard by his brother's first name, Dave, when we were talking this way. So that's always a sign that you've been around for a long time. Start calling kids by their brother's name.
Well, I've never known, to be honest with you. I used to always call Dave Millard, but everybody that I've talked to recently has been saying Hilliard.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's like Di Loretto or Delarado. Same name, a couple different ways of pronouncing it.
McIntyre checking back into the lineup right now. Hilliard coming out after making the big run for the first down on that play. I know I'll call him Dave before the year's over.
Second down 8, split wide to the left is Munt. That's McIntyre. McIntyre keeps those feet moving.
Nice leg drive.
Gets down to the 17.
Nice job on that.
McIntyre looks like he means business here in the 3rd quarter as he's seeing most of the action and running hard.
Yes, he is, and he's picking up some chunks of yards. 3rd and 3 or 4, and the Tigers have done this one pretty much entirely on the ground. As a matter of fact, totally entirely on the ground. I don't think Hans thrown a ball in this drive.
No, they haven't. And they're also taking chunks of time off the clock. We're winding down to 3.5 minutes. And this is reminiscent of the 1st quarter. Pitch to McIntyre right. And saw a block on the end there. And the flag comes in late.
That was not on Hepsi.
Okay.
That was not on Hepsi. He just got a great block. He buried his man.
I saw something around the right end. I didn't see the flag come in, but it came in late. Let's see.
I think the Tigers got the first down. I think it's also going to get called back.
Okay, it was a hold then.
But that was not Hepsi. Oh, they can't be calling that on Hepsi.
I believe they are. There was nothing else out there but that one block.
He just buried his man. There was no hold on that at all.
Holding is the call against Penn.
Nonsense call.
Brings the ball back to the 32.
What the heck does a guy 290 pounds have to hold for when he's got his man beat?
Well, again, we can take a look at that on the replay.
I'll tell you what, I want to see that one about 18 times slow motion because it certainly didn't look to me like
the thing that bothered me about it was it didn't come. It didn't come in when it happened. I saw what happened. It was questionable. I wasn't sure. The flag came in about 5-10 seconds later. Tedeschi flushed out, and he turns the corner, and he's going to lose some yardage as he takes a big hit. And actually does a pretty good job.
He got back to his line of scrimmage.
Just about, yeah. And maybe even picked up a yard.
But he's faced now with about a 4th and maybe 18 or so. Not a great position to be in.
They may try to angle it out here into the corner.
30, I think I might go for a corner punt here.
I think I would too. Hit him down deep. East Lyme hasn't shown a proficiency of getting first downs, forcing the punt. There's a slight wind.
I still don't like that
Short setup here, 8 or 9 yards. There's a procedure penalty from the right side.
Which is too bad because he just nailed that out at about the 2-inch line. He kicked that ball just inside the pylon there, and it would have been out of bounds inside the 1. Tigers line up in a very short punt formation. You're right. They don't drop the punter back 13, 14 yards. He's probably about 10 to 12 yards back, which can do some good things with fake kicking, but it's very, very tight for trying to punt.
That one he dropped back only about 8 yards. Of course, he was taking a shorter step. He was going to kick it a little bit shorter. And now he's about 10 now. Have to get a teeny bit more leg into it here, because you're going to be letting it go from about the 45. And that looks like a good punt.
Out of bounds inside the 10. I don't know what they're going to mark. Now he's coming out to about the 11. That's a bad spot. That was about a 7 or 8 yard line, and it got spotted badly at around the 11.
But nonetheless, not a bad job.
Oh, no, nice job.
Pickup of 20 or so yards, and they're back in. Anytime you push them inside the 20, you're in good shape.
Yeah, you like to see it inside the 10, but oh, 50-50.
429, 526. Once again, 42, 95, 26. For $100, for your ticket to the touchback.
They're still looking for the winning ticket.
I don't know where they're selling their tickets, but...
and that's Clark. He tries to get outside, and Lunt finishes him off.
My numbers are about 30,000 off, Chris. They're going for 42s, and my first two numbers are 65.
Let's see. Mine are 65, too. 65, yes.
I think we get some Renegade tickets.
They didn't even get in the basket, huh? Into the box. I'm only 200 tickets off for the third $30 second prize. Clark, the ball carrier, picks up a couple up to about the 15-yard line. It'll bring up third down in about 6. We have an injury timeout right now on the field. One of the Tigers is down.
There's an injured hand player down.
That's Ashley, the ball carrier, up close to the 20, about the 19. He comes up short of the first down. He'll bring up 4th.
On the quick pitch to the outside, he still did not get it. Dave Udachik was the injured Tiger player. He's lying down on the sideline, but I'm going to guess that he's got a cramp, Chris, because he came out pretty much under his own power, and what he's been mainly doing on the sideline, even though he's lying down, has been stretching type stuff. Trainers are there, but it doesn't look like anything serious. I'm going to guess that he'll be back in the ballgame for too much longer.
Bit of a crosswind is picked up here as Ashley gets set to kick it, and it hangs up beautifully. Zaneski will call for a fair catch at the 48. You know, we might be seeing right here how two of the better kickers around, because both Zaneski and Ashley have kicked the ball pretty well. He just punted that ball from inside his own 10, and it's into Tiger territory.
So he
and a little bit of a wind in his face.
Yeah, a little bit of a breeze in his face, and he bombed that one. And Dean Zaneski, we know, the All-State punter last year. There's no question that he's one of the better kickers in the
Lions Club, thank you for your participation. Ask you once again, buy your tickets to the next home game.
Well, 37 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Still tied. And the Tigers come out. They send 2 receivers left, 1 right, straight eye. In the slot is Reardon. Zaneski to McIntyre. Big hole inside Viking territory, and flag down.
I think we're going to get a procedure penalty here.
Movement before the snap. Number 80, John Reardon. Formation, they're going to call it.
Against the offense.
I don't know, maybe the Tigers didn't have 7 on the line of scrimmage.
A little bit of an opening game kind of thing, I think.
John Burke has some sort of Darth Vader shield on his helmet, number 82, just came over to the sideline.
Ball will be put back to the 42. It'll be first and 15.
Muntz puts out wide to the left. Spain is out to the right, and he's been quiet since the first quarter. Straight eye. Sineski, little fake. Rolls left. He's flushed out, and he'll be taken down. Taken down at about the 38-yard line. And that was Davis and Smith were both over there.
Roe Davis, who I was given this number 79, actually number 75. Big play on that. Good
End of the third period. The score has 7
third quarter. Time to dust off the old 3rd and 20 play here to open the fourth quarter. Tigers having a little bit of a problem moving the football. But, as we saw in the first half, Hand can throw. Definitely got conservative in the third quarter, kept the ball on the ground quite a bit. This might be time to open it up a little.
Certainly the Tigers, the more diversified team. Again, it just seems funny to keep saying the score 7-7. It's hard to believe that the Tigers have only scored once.
He certainly dominated the game in terms of moving the football. There's no payoff for touchdown.
Split back, longer cadence. And out over the 45 to about the 47-yard line. That's Chris Clausen.
It was my mistake. I thought that was a third down play. Apparently that was a second down play. Third down coming up now with about a third, maybe 11. So Hand got half the yardage back almost on that play. Nice run by Chris Clausen.
Gain of 7 to the 46. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Third down 11. Burke will come wide to the right. Spain will be flanked out to the left. Reardon's tight left. Once again, the straight eye. And square out was almost picked off by Haney.
Sineski's pass intended for John Burke. Broken up by
James and Burke, and Stewart is going to be fairly short on the first down. Jeff Haney got into the passing pattern there, and if he managed to understand what he was supposed to do, which was catch the ball, he probably had a touchdown going the other way.
If this was the NFL and John Madden was speaking, he'd say, third down. Why didn't they throw it far enough to get the first down?
Chris, sounds to me like you're saying the same thing. I sort of agree with it. I mean, making 2 yards on 3rd and 11 doesn't help you out.
And there's roughing there. Zaneski kind of brought that on by hesitating before he kicked. And that was a...
And this one's going to go to
penalty against East Lyme.
And it was called on number 56, Charlie Orfis. Zaneski definitely bought that one.
He did.
He looked like he was ready to take off and run on that play, Chris. And I think that Charlie Orfis bought the fact that Danny was ready to run. And when Dan didn't do anything more than just kind of juke step a little bit, he came in and hit him. And because he didn't move, he didn't become a runner, and therefore he's still a punter.
And Danny knew that he was going to be able to get the punt away, and they were coming in from the non-kicking leg side, that he was still going to be able to get the punt away. And they are now inside the 40-yard line. Yes, it was.
That's a pretty intelligent play for a kid to make.
It is a very intelligent play from the 39. Well, that's because they only had 10 men on the field. The 11th one right now is trotting on. That's number 30, Jamie Benoit.
Coming on behind the assistant coach. That's never a good idea. You've got your defensive coordinator coming into the huddle, and here's the guy kind of sheepishly following him in. I know that defensive coach, and I can't remember his name. He's a guy I've seen sometimes.
So East Lyme forced to call a timeout. They've used one of them, and that could become key sometime later on here in the last 11 minutes.
His last name is Devaney. I don't remember his first name, but he's the father, Mike Devaney maybe, is the father of the two Devaney kids on the East Lyme team. He's one of the assistant coaches at East Lyme.
I guess there's a chance that his name could be Jeff or Joe.
No, I think his name is Mike. I think his name is Mike.
Okay, we're set.
Big break here on the roughing the kicker penalty, keeping the drive alive with a chance maybe to take the lead.
And Zaneski sprinting out right, backside pressure, he gets it away. Intended for Munn, and then in and out of the hands of Owen at the 30, which would have been right around the first down marker.
One of the things that he was doing a little bit more of in the first half of the year is planting before he threw, Chris. Now he's, you know, the balance just seems just a little bit off, and his ball is sailing a little bit instead of kind of settling into where he wants it to go. And he's making it a little bit more difficult to catch. He's just got to take that just a little bit extra off the back leg and plant before he throws.